Hello and welcome to this video on defoliating your bonsai. Defoliating is one of the key means by which you keep bonsai both looking lush and to a certain degree styled. Without defoliation, your bonsai would put on considerable growth, have very large leaves, and lose its silhouette. Defoliating is a process that is used during spring and summer to curtail growth. Most bonsai rely on new leaves to extend branches beyond where they are now. It is done in spring and summer, as that is when bonsai put on the most foliage and other growth. The new leaves are causing the tree to grow beyond the style you want. Cutting them off brings the shape back to where it should be, which is good. One caveat is that bonsai trees that produce fruit should not be defoliated in full, as they will not respond well to this. An advantage to defoliating is that it reduces the space between nodes on branches. Nodes are the locations where new branches, leaves, and flowers will form. Nodes occur at somewhat sporadic intervals, but always where growth for a branch has temporarily halted. This is why defoliating is important. Removing the leaves from a branch stops the branch from growing further for a time, as it puts energy into creating replacement leaves. This makes it likely the branch will make nodes in the space between the current growth and old growth, if it places any nodes at all. This is extremely important when it comes to developing ramification. Removing leaves also forces growth into new leaves. This means less growth of branches. That keeps branches shorter. Removing leaves can also shorten branches slightly. Defoliating has one noteworthy feature beyond its purpose. That is how you do it. There are differing schools of thought. Some will maintain that you simply grab a branch and hold it tightly and pull your hand away from it, stripping all leaves. Others that you should prune them, leaving the petiole or short stem from the leaf intact. Others again, that you only cut the leaves in half, but let them die off naturally. Differing schools of thought for differing people, and your mileage may vary depending on where you're located and what species you work with. The benefit of defoliation is twofold. You keep the silhouette or shape of the tree in check. This is done by simply cutting it back. It is also what these types of scissors are used for. The second is somewhat more important. Removing leaves forces regrowth, and this is done with smaller leaves. These are quicker to grow and have a higher surface area. That allows for more photosynthesis and recovery of the tree. It will retain these more smaller leaves until it has reason to remove them entirely. There is another caveat to defoliating, or we should say there's another caveat to defoliating in full for some species. That is, stripping every leaf from the tree canopy can be done. Others can only be partially defoliated, sometimes half of the canopy and a few weeks later the other half. Others can only be partially defoliated with one or two branches at a time, or even only parts of whole branches. The species you're working on will, to a certain degree, dictate which of these approaches you should be taking, and it's important to have some point of reference, whether that is a YouTube video, a book, or a club to guide you in that respect. Some people insist that the petiole leaf stalk should be kept. Others remove all parts of the leaf. Others will prune just the branch at the point where the leaves grow. We do not suggest this last option. It is going to discourage growth, and it may also cause dieback of the branch. We've described how to defoliate and what it does in very broad terms. Defoliating should only be done with a healthy and strong growing bonsai. When you have a bonsai with one branch that is growing aggressively, Defoliating can redirect the growth from that branch and keep everything balanced by encouraging growth elsewhere in the tree. This can also cause dieback, which is important to know about for some species such as maples, which also have issues with nodes. By pruning in the right way and ensuring ramification occurs further back and nodes develop there, you can always keep the tree in check, have good small leaves, and a dense canopy. Defoliating is essential for bonsai. Without it, your trees will quickly outgrow their style and shape, and you'll have very little way in which to take them back to what you want without removing many large branches that take a long time to grow. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions that you have below.